there, Absolutely Gospel Music fans. I'm Shelsea, and today I'm sitting down with Dusty Rhodes.
Hey there, my friend.
The
Thank
one
you.
and only. Like,
The
you
original,
are
the
the
original,
man.
the real thing. This is me. What you see
Let
is what
me
you
see.
get. This is me.
I
It's
love
me.
it. I love it.
It's
I
me.
love all the things about you.
Thank
You're an
you.
encourager.
Thank
You spread hope
Thank
like
you.
it's confetti, and you wear fun clothes.
I do love fun clothes.
And you are very comfortable in your own skin.
I feel like I try to be. You know, you get to a certain age, Chelsea, and I've said this for years. You get to a certain age where you can either choose bitter or you can choose better. I decided years ago, because I got saved at 14 years old and had a horrible life, but God redeemed, and He picked this yucky kid up, and He loved me back to life. And I decided a long time ago, I want to think positive. I want to, in this precious couple that led me to the Lord, they would speak life to me when I didn't have any life. They'd speak life to me. And so I decided a long time ago, I want to be an encourager and not a discourager.
It's a choice.
It is a choice. You
It's
make
an
a daily
choice.
You make a daily choice. And so here I am, and I've been doing this in this marvelous Christian music world for 42 years.
Wow, and talk about a choice.
Yeah.
You've chosen this pathway for you. God probably
put
you here, but you've stayed with it because it's heart music.
Yeah, it is heart music.
And I say that because that's not my term. That is your term.
It is. I like the terminology Southern gospel. I like contemporary. I like pop, but I love heart music. I was 14. The couple that led me to the Lord, the first thing that they did was take me to their home on Sunday afternoon, and they introduced me to Christian music. They'd play. They didn't have a TV, so Chelsea, they'd go in. They'd be sleeping, taking naps, and I'd sit there with the old vinyl turntable, and I'd hear these songs like, "I feel the touch of hands so kind and tender." You'd hear these songs like, "There's too much to gain to lose," and it was heart music.
And it just resonated.
It resonated.
Yes.
And so
it ministered to you.
Opening
up a whole new world.
Growing up in an unsaved home.
Yes.
My mom was married 7 times. We had all kinds of abuse. But I would run home from their home, and I would put that music on, and it brought me life. Right. And I prayed. I said, God, let me do this. I did. From the time I was a kid, I said, I want to just be in Christian music. Now, I'm from Twin Falls, Idaho.
Okay.
Nobody knew what Christian music was. I mean, we had a Christian bookstore, and it was, this is one of my favorite things. The Christian bookstore was called Harry's Bait and Tackle Shop and Magic Valley Christian Supply. A husband had the bait and tackle part, and a wife had the Christian bookstore, and they would join together.
Hey,
so
it worked, though.
It worked.
That's where you went.
So I started digging in and collecting Christian music and listening to it. And about the age of 22, 23, I got into this, and I am now 65 years old, and this is all I've done. 65 young. I don't feel old. So, but I have done this. All I've done. It's all I've ever wanted to do.
And because you've lived this life, right? Yeah. And so authentically, I believe, now you're able to impart into us, right? And part of that is the column that you write for Absolutely Gospel.
I love, I wrote it years ago at the beginning of Absolute Gospel. They had me write, and I wrote for a long time. I reviewed records, I reviewed projects and everything, but I wrote for years, and then I got busy. And I've been working on a book, and it's called Thoughts from a Dusty Road.
I love this.
And then in parentheses, picking up pennies and writing down life. Because I believe in journaling, and I love to find lucky pennies, and I have a story about it. Yeah. So I started writing. Tamara asked me to, and Bev, and I think we're about the 5th, 6th month, and I love it.
They're phenomenal notes of encouragement and life lessons that you've learned.
It is. I believe... Long time ago, I believed in being real, and I believe out of my junk, the hurt that I've walked through, I've learned the way to healing is to keep it real. To keep it real.
Yes.
And you do women's conferences. Women want to be. Most men don't want to be real. A lot of men want to just. But I decided
you know why that is? It's uncomfortable.
It is. Yes. But the more I am vulnerable and real. Yes. The more that I feel the healing in my own life, the more I feel the healing in my own life.
Yes.
And here I am. I'm 60.
I get to watch people tell their testimonies, right?
Yep,
Tell
yep.
their story.
Yep.
And every time they do, there's another level of healing that they receive from just telling it, right? That's what the scripture says. We overcome by the blood of the Lamb and by the power of our testimony.
I believe that.
And so when we do that and we share the nuggets that God has given us, we get to heal.
And it brings healing to my life. And the more, and I've always said, the more you speak life, the death goes away.
Yes.
I mean, we always have junk and garbage and struggles, but I believe speaking life over those that we're entrusted with, and I love it. It's my heart.
Well, it says that in our tongue we have power.
Power of life and death. I agree.
What do we choose? And we go back to that word choice, right?
That's my heart. So,
well,
and I love it that I get to work with all of our artists at Daywind Records, and I get to speak life into them.
Well, you're helping tell their story.
Yeah, and I believe in it because that music, again, it goes back. It touched my life. It touched my life. So I want to take what Karen Peck does. I want to take what Greater Vision does, what Joseph's story.
Yes.
I want to take all that music and say, okay, I know what that music's done for me, but let's take it out there.
Yes.
And I take it serious.
Spread
it's a call. It's a calling.
Yes, so, it is a calling because you don't stay in it for 40 plus years if it's not.
I can still, and I bet you're the same way, I can be down in the dumps, and I struggle just like anybody else, but I can put on a Christian record, a song, and there comes that heart music. Touches, and next thing I'm ready to go. I'm ready to fight.
Spirit bearing witness.
Spirit bearing witness. You're exactly right. You're exactly right.
And another way that you tell the story is through your podcast.
We have a brand new podcast.
Exciting.
Just in the last couple of days, it come out, and it's Dave Clark and Dusty Wells. I love to tell the story.
There it is.
And we're going to interview. We've got the first part of it is called Legends and Legacies.
Okay.
And it's Billy Blackwood, Reba Rambo, and Chris Golden. His dad was Lee William Golden from the Oak Ridge Boys.
Yes.
And then we tell our stories. We have an episode where we tell our stories. And Dave's an incredible songwriter and just an incredible award-winning songwriter. And then with what I've done with the music and the business side, it's been very fun.
It's bringing the behind the scenes
It
out
is,
front.
and it's getting.
And it's making
it's telling
very
their
real.
stories, and it's asking. It's not just asking them, what's your favorite thing? What's your favorite? It's getting in, and Reba, hers and Billy Blackwood's were some of my favorites because they got in. They had these famous parents. Mm-hmm. What was it like growing up like that? Yeah. What was it like being
Were
that?
Were there expectations there?
And I'm telling you, they were so honest and loving towards their parents. But it showed where they're at on their own journey and what they want to see in their own ministries. And I love that.
Isn't that cool? Yeah. That's what it's all about.
It is,
Pouring into the next
it is.
so they can pour into the next. So they can pour
I
into
believe
the
in
next.
that. I believe in that.
And that's what you do every day.
It's my heart. It's
you
my
pour
heart.
into
I
people.
don't ever want to quit doing that. I always say, somebody asked me the other day, they said, are you going to retire? I said, no, I have no.
I'm having too much fun.
I'm healthy.
Yes.
I feel the best I've felt.
Yes.
And I still love. I come to these things and I think, I still love what we get to do.
Yeah.
I still love what I get to do.
Well, an adventure, a life with God is that adventure.
It is.
And He doesn't say that we're done.
No.
We keep going.
No.
There's a race to be ran, right?
I say it all the time. As long as we're living and breathing, God is not a qualifier. I mean, He does it. You go and do what you're going to. I don't care if you're the highest level of smarts or whatever. God still can use you as long as you're willing. Yeah. And I'm willing.
Yeah.
Because I'm not very smart.
Whatever.
But I'm willing.
I don't think so. I think you're brilliant.
I'm willing. I just take me, Lord, use me.
Your spiritual wisdom is something that you have and something that you give to people.
That's my heart.
So I hope you receive that.
I do receive that. Thank you. I do. I receive that. It is my heart. And it's from where I've been on the journey.
Yes.
You learn. You pick up. You press on.
Yes.
And
you learn.
You learn what you're doing.
Yeah, that's very
and that I want to share. I've never been afraid of sharing my heart, my story, my testimony. I want people to know that they are loved unconditionally, always redeeming, and His faithfulness far exceeds everything we've done or what we've walked through.
Ooh, now you're going to preaching.
See?
I love it. Well, real quick, tell us, what is the definition of heart music?
Heart music. to me, the definition of harp music, it is music that it comes in and you feel it inside your heart. It touches that part of your heart that nothing else can.
Yes.
Great sermons, they can touch our hearts. Yeah. But when you're sitting there and that music, and it comes from real life experiences, it comes from people who are not afraid to open their heart, the songwriters. I always say the best songs are those that have been written out of the depth of hurt, joy, pain, and it all starts in our hearts.
They're singing and writing what they've lived.
What they've lived. And I always say Dottie Rambo, who is one of my greatest friends and mentors, she wrote what she sang what she lived and wrote what she lived, and she lived what she sang and wrote. And that to me is what harp
what
music
you see is what you get. And that's what people need.
Yeah.
They need to know that behind the scenes are same as when they're in front of the
You're
scenes.
exactly right. And harp music, it just, I live and breathe it.
Oh, I love it. So how can people get a hold of your podcast?
Our podcast is available everywhere. iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, Pandora. And it's just, I love to tell the story with Dave Clark and Dusty Wells. I have a Facebook page that's Dusty Wells, and I have Instagram that says The Real Dusty Wells. And I try to encourage people a couple of times a day. So.
Yes, you do.
And,
you definitely want to follow him.
Thank you.
Thank you for stopping by the
I love
Absolute
Gospel. I love you. Yes. I love Bev. I love Tamara. I love all of you.
It's a wonderful team here.
You've got the great team.
Real people.
You have heart.
Yes.
And I love that.
Yes. Thank you, Dusty.
Thank you.